What's up, guys? Justin here. Welcome back to the Milsurb channel. I decided to break open one of these vintage brown bag MREs that I've got. I have several cases of these things, and I don't know how they were stored, so I have no idea if this is going to be good or if it's going to be rancid. As you can see, the package is covered in dust, and this is how it came out of the case. The case date on this one is 1992. Now, I don't see anything on here that might tell us what year it was made. So this one is menu number 7, beef stew. So let's crack it open and give it a shot, see what it looks like. Now, I make no guarantees that I'm actually going to eat this because it's 28 years old. And there's a tear notch up here, but I'm going to go ahead and use a knife to open it. Okay, first thing out is the peanut butter, and it looks like it's got a hole in it, so probably won't be eating that one unless I just cut that, which I probably did. That was probably me. Yeah, I bet I just cut that, so that might actually still be good. We'll give it a shot. It's still nice and soft. Okay, next thing out, we have some cherry beverage powder. It feels kind of clumpy, so a little moisture might have gotten to that. I don't know, we might give it a try too. Cherry nut cake. Now this is kind of interesting. So it's 13th day of 1989, so this might actually be an older case than what I thought. So this is an older MRE. Might have gotten my cases mixed up. I have to look at that. Yep, I got my cases mixed up. So this is an MRE from 1989, not 1992. The inspection date was 1992, and I guess I just looked at the wrong date. So let's get the main out here. So here we have beef stew, and this one was packaged, let's see. Well, that number doesn't make any sense for a packaging date. And that wouldn't make much sense either, the 211th day of 1984. I don't think that's right. We'll see what it says on the actual package itself. So here we have the accessory packet. Yeah, this is an older style MRE spoon, so it's definitely an older ration. Yep, coffee instant, cream substitute, sugar, salt, chewing gum, matches, toilet paper, hot sauce. I didn't think they added that until like 1991, but we'll figure it out. And hand cleaner. All right. And something else left in here, crackers. Okay. These seem to be under a pretty good vacuum seal. And these are the 46th day of 1989. All right, so there we have the everything's cleared out of here, and really it looks pretty good. Everything looks like it's still sealed, except for the peanut butter, of course, which, like I said, I'm fairly certain that I cut that open when I opened up the MRE. We'll give it a shot still. And the cherry nut cake, I'm probably not going to try that because nuts, when they go rancid, they can really do a lot of damage to you. But I'll open it up and show it to you guys, and we'll see what it looks like. So first, let's open up our accessory packet. Let's see what we got. All right. My favorite thing right here, the little bottle of Tabasco sauce. And that one is the 23rd day of 1989. Non-dairy creamer, and it still feels soft. I bet it's going to be just fine. Coffee instant type 1, and this one 349th day of 1988. Salt, toilet paper, sugar, and the matches. Now those are kind of sticky, it seems like. Well, maybe not. They seem like they're fine. Might strike one of those later and see if they still work. I'm sure they do, though. And a wet nap. And a little thing of chiclets. And I can actually smell these chiclets. They're real strong spearmint smell. So we have that. And we'll get that out of the way. And let me get some of this stuff set up, and I'll get back with you guys. All right, well, let's open up the main, see what it looks like. Now, since I don't have a flameless ration heater in here, I'm just going to eat it just the way it is here. Since I didn't have them back then, I might as well eat it the way they ate it. Okay, beef stew. So this one might actually be the 334th day of 1988. Which would make sense. Some of the stuff in here is a little bit newer and some of it's a little bit older. The package looks fine. There's no delamination of the foil and the plastic, which is good. Yeah, it looks just about perfectly fine. No holes, no tears. Yeah, it looks good. So let's get this thing cracked open and pour it out on the plate, and we'll see how it looks. Oh, maybe. Ooh, that looks appetizing, doesn't it? And actually smells really good. Smells like regular beef stew out of any other MRE that I've had. This is one of my favorite menus. I don't know why. It's just always been kind of a staple for me. I used to get them all the time. I guess you just kind of develop a little bit of a taste for them. There's still a little bit left in there. Okay. So that actually looks pretty good. It smells really good too. Like there's absolutely no rancid smell to it. There's no off-putting smell. It smells like just beef stew. So we'll get the crackers broken open here. And again, these crackers were packaged on the 46th day of 1989. Let's see if there's a hiss. Well, couldn't hear it. I tore it open too fast. The crackers look pretty good so far. Smell like MRE crackers, really. Now, these are not the salted ones. I don't remember when they stopped putting the salted ones in MREs. I want to say it was like 1985 or 1986. But they still feel really firm, really crisp. Let me try just a little bite of one of these here. Tastes perfect. Absolutely no stale taste to that at all. Amazing. I never would have thought an MRE from 1988 or 1989 would still taste that good. Crackers usually go stale pretty quickly. So that was the crackers. Now let's go with a little bit of the peanut butter here. Like I said, I accidentally cut that open a little bit when I cut open the package. But as you can see, even through that little cut, it's still fairly creamy. I don't think that'll be a problem at all. Guess I should just tear it open right here. Maybe. Let's give it a smell here. Whoop, all over my finger. It smells okay. It's it's got kind of a weird smell to it, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad smell. You can see the oils have separated a little bit there, which is fine. I mean, that happens to peanut butter over time. So let me actually take a taste of this. Yeah, it doesn't taste bad. Get the toilet paper out of here and wipe my hands off, and I'll get back with you. I got my hands cleaned up, and I put some water on to boil, so we'll give the coffee a shot here in a minute. Get some of this trash out of the way here. So I am kind of anxious to try this beef stew, and it looks amazing. It really does. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it at all, other than having to eat it cold. So let me just get a little bit of this here. Get the light a little closer here so you can see that. Camera's having a tough time focusing on it. It actually looks pretty good. I'm surprised. All right, let's give it a taste. It tastes good. It's very salty, very very rich, if that makes any sense. There's still a good consistency to the beef. It's not so soft. It's almost like a really nice pot roast that's been going for, well, for most of the day. It's not necessarily so soft that it melts in your mouth, but it's just got a nice consistency to it. It's not bad. Let me try some of these potatoes here and one of these peas. Now the peas, I couldn't tell any difference between the peas and the potatoes. The peas are really, really super soft. But it still tastes good. The potatoes had a good consistency to them, not overly soft. I mean, these things have been stuck in this ration for, I mean, what, 32 years? Yeah, that's really good. I'm surprised by that. I don't know if I want to eat the whole thing, just in case. But yeah, that's really super good. Well, let's give some of the crackers and peanut butter a try here. I know I'm kind of going a little bit cheap on the peanut butter, but I really don't want to take a shot at getting sick from this. But I did try a little bit of it off camera, and it had a good flavor to it, and it didn't swell up my throat or anything, so, I mean, it's probably fine. Yeah, that's really good. Really good. Okay, well, let's move on to this cherry nut cake. So this was packaged the 13th day of 1989. Okay, I can immediately see some dirt or something on this package. Don't know where that came from. Feels like there's a bit of air in there. I don't know if this was supposed to have been vacuum sealed like the crackers were. I can imagine probably not, but I'm gonna break it open and we'll see what it looks like. Well, that looks interesting. I can automatically see here that the nuts have gone rancid. Let me give it a smell. Smells really good. It's got a real strong cherry smell to it. Let's try to get it out of here. Yeah, it's kind of stuck in there, so I guess we're only going to be able to get about half of it out. Yeah, as you can see right there, that's one of the nuts, and it's black. So that means that this is probably no good. I'm just going to bite a little corner off and try it. There was no nuts in that bite that I got. It's not bad. Real strong cherry flavor. It's kind of a fake cherry flavor though. If you can imagine, like if you go to a restaurant and order a Coke with grenadine, it kind of tastes like that. It tastes like a grenadine type of cherry flavor. Yeah, my throat is starting to swell up a little bit. I think maybe I did get a little bit of a, like a little nut in there. Try to take a drink of water. Yeah, but it's not bad. The flavor is just a really kind of a fake cherry flavor. And it's, yeah, my mouth is really starting to get like a dry mouth. I think it's fine though. So, yeah, that, I don't think that I would eat that. I would probably finish this whole thing if, I were sure that it were good. And it probably is, but I don't really want to take a chance. So let me get this out of the way and I'll bring the hot water out and we'll try the coffee. We'll go ahead and try the cherry beverage powder also. I don't think this is going to be good. It feels really chunky inside there, but we'll see. First off, let's get the coffee. And again, this is Coffee Instant Type 1. And it feels perfectly powderized in there. Oh yeah, that looks perfectly fine. Pour a little out on the hand there. So that should reconstitute just fine. Pour some hot water here. That's probably a little bit too much, but that's all right. Let's see if this reconstitutes here. And get the spoon here. Smells delicious. I'm sure I used way too much water in that, but there are a few floaties. But as you can see, even that one looks like it's dissolving right there on the spoon. So we'll give that just a minute. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put the creamer in there also. And again, that looks perfectly fine. Tastes fine. So let's see how this reconstitutes in here also. Oh yeah, that looks great. All right, let that sit and do its thing for a minute, and I'm going to go on to the beverage base powder. If I can find a way to get this open here. See, there's a tear notch right there. Yeah, I can already see it's pretty chunky, which isn't surprising. I mean, yeah, some chunks of it just fell in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the water in, and then I'm gonna add it to the water. We'll see if that's enough to do it. It says 12 ounces, so it's gonna need a little bit more, I think. Go with that. Those are 16-ounce cups. All right. Oh yeah, look at that. Chunky. It looks like moisture's gotten to that. I doubt that it'll dissolve. Smells good though. Still smells really sweet. Has a real strong cherry flavor to it, or cherry smell. If you can hear that. Hear all the sugar and everything moving around on the bottom. Although there aren't any real big chunks floating at the top, so it may be fine. Yeah, it seems like it's all dissolving like it's supposed to. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a taste and see if it's any good. Yeah, surprisingly, it is. It's got that just that real strong cherry flavor. Tastes kind of like cherry Kool-Aid. And it seems like it's all dissolving just fine. There's a few chunks down in there, but that's not bad. Yeah, that's good. All right, now I'm gonna try the coffee. See if it's any good. Clean off the spoon here. Okay. Seems like everything dissolved just fine. All right, let's give it a shot. Yeah, it's not bad. The water is really, really super hot. I think I'm gonna give it a few more minutes to cool down. I'll try it again. I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar to it, but it did have kind of almost a burnt flavor to it. Like the beans were over roasted, but normally coffee instant type 1 doesn't taste like that. I'll put some sugar in there. Make sure that was the sugar. Yep. I definitely don't want to drink salted coffee. I've done that before. Not that great. All right, we're gonna leave that alone for a little while and let it cool down. And I think I'm gonna go back to the main here, and I'm gonna put a little bit of hot sauce on it and see if this hot sauce is still any good. Get this trash out of the way. So here's the hot sauce. Now it's a little bit different than the hot sauce that was in it later. Let me go grab a bottle of that real quick and I'll show you. Okay, so here is a bottle of hot sauce from 2004. So you can see the differences there. I mean, the label's about the same, but the color of the shrink wrapped plastic around this is a lot lighter of a green color, whereas the newer one is a lot darker. And even the label is lighter in color on the older one. So I'm gonna break this thing open and see what it tastes like. Now there is no easy tear notch or easy tear like perforation on this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use the knife, cut it open. Tabasco sauce really doesn't go bad. It discolors and it loses a lot of its flavor. But this smells just like Tabasco sauce, just like regular Tabasco sauce. I'm going to give it a little bit of a shake though, because it is a little clumpy. And there's a clump still stuck up in there. I'm going to have to get something to poke that down with. All right, we got it cleared out. I'll dump a little bit on here and give it a try. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, give it another try here. This one has a big old chunk of meat in it. It has lost a little bit of its potency, I think. I'm not getting a real spicy flavor with this. It definitely has a good flavor to it, just not very spicy. Man, that is really good. I cannot believe for a ration that's over 30 years old that this is still good. Especially with the way the outside of the package looked. I mean, when you look at this package, it doesn't look like it was stored very well. And all of them inside this pack or inside the case are about the same. They're really dusty, really dirty. I don't get it, but this ration seems like it's perfectly good. I'm really amazed. Give the coffee another try here. Yeah, it's it's definitely got a burnt flavor to it. And maybe that's just the age of the coffee. It didn't age real well. It's not bad. I would drink it. There are definitely other coffees that I would prefer over this, but if this is all I had, I would definitely drink it. I think just about every component of this ration was perfectly edible except for this, and just because of the nuts. That's the only thing that made this unedible. Take another drink of this cherry here. Yeah, that's really good. I like that. It's really, really tasty. All right, so just a couple more things here. We're going to try chiclets, and we're going to strike a match, and we're going to clean our hands. If I can get these chiclets open here. I'm actually kind of surprised that this ration didn't have any freeze-dried fruit in it. So here's the chiclets. See, they look pretty good. I bet they're probably dried out. No, they're not. Wow. They're still soft. Amazing. Perfectly fine. All right, so while I'm trying to get this gum to turn into gum, we'll go ahead and strike a match. Let's see if that works. Oh yeah. Perfect. First strike. Not bad. And now the wet nap. Still wet. You can see all the liquid that's still on that after being sealed up for over 30 years. Nice. All right, well, this has been a 1989 beef stew menu 7 MRE. And I'm really surprised. I had no idea that this would be pretty much completely edible. I mean, everything about this ration, with the exception of the nuts in the cherry nut cake, was edible. The peanut butter was fine. The drinks were fine. This one surprised me a lot. And the main was delicious. I may actually finish this. I don't know. I don't really want to go to the hospital right now with all the coronavirus going around, but I'd probably be just fine eating this. Yeah, I have no complaints about this ration at all. So 1989, menu number 7 beef stew. I've got plenty more of these, so if you guys would like to see more, let me know, leave a comment. Let me know what menu you'd like me to try. I have cases from 1983, 1990, 1992, and obviously 1989. I also have some more modern ones. I've got some modular operation ration enhancements, the MOREs, and some 2016 MREs, both case A and case B. So let me know if there's something you'd want me to try. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.